So last weekend I was rumbling through my stuff, digging out stuff to eBay, and when I was trying it all out before sticking it on eBay, because I like to sell things that I know work, I found that this poor thing, unused for some time, like maybe sat around for a year or something without being used, are really good with my valve amps. I've got too many of them, as you can see, of cycling through them every few months and making sure they actually work. But this is a Marshall MOSFET 100-watt solid state combo, and wow, you know, I tell you, solid state's super reliable, don't it? So I hadn't used this for like about a year or something, and when I tried to use it, it was cutting me in and out, so I had to fix it. And this is a video about that. Look around, see all the other stuff. I don't know if there's anything you want a video on in particular, then, you know, let me know. Like, share and subscribe and all that caper. Tell me in the comments what you want to see. But yeah, this video is about me looking around my crap and finding out a terrible surprise that that thing needs repairing. So let's get into that. Hi there, I just thought I'd make a super quick video, just showing you a few things that I've been up to lately. So let's go to Handcam. So, flip that around. So I recently acquired this Marshall Vintage Modern. It's in fairly good condition. It features KT66 valves. So let me know if you want to see some more content on this. This is my 20-watt head. Made loads of changes to make this like this. So we'll go back around the front. The back panels are here, by the way, and just have them off for digging around in them. Quite a few back panels there. So that's the front of it. 20-watt head there. So obviously it's genuine Marshall, but yeah, I had a combo that I changed into that head. So let me know if you want to see more on that. This is the departure lounge. So I had a bit of a flirtation with solid state stuff and acquired various. I have a few bits and pieces of solid state that I'm keeping, but I plan on getting rid of all this stuff. This is the cabinet from that 20-watt head when it was a combo. So it was a DSL 201. I took the chassis out of this, put it in a Marshall head box, and I made some changes, like I changed a few capacitor values and added an impedance switch and an extra output that it didn't previously have. I can still see my drilling marks. So yeah, all mullard valves in that one. This is a 100-watt solid state Marshall head, MG100 HDFX. That was an experiment, so that's going. These are kind of a bit legendary, really, for solid state amps. The MOSFET 100. So this is a combo. The head is more desirable, but the combo is quite portable solution. Yamaha JX50. That's solid state vintage amp. One thing it does have that's quite interesting is this fat switch. Kind of thickens up the tone. One is thinnest and three is fattest. Colesbro Stingray head. Yeah, it's just a sort of a 70s solid state thing. Yeah. Look at all my Marshalls, and this isn't even all of them. So, JCM 900 SLX 100 watt, 6100 100 watt that's already been in a video. What's over here? This is the clean wall. So run on bolt 60. A DSL 201 that's unmolested, and one of my Laney Pro Tube 30 watters, and relaxing over here is JCM 800 100 watt, and a guitar that I'm in the midst of refretting and have been for a very long time because I've got too much on and I need to complete some stuff. But yeah, that stuff's going. So yeah, as I said, any of this stuff interests you, let me know what you'd like a video on. Oh yeah, another thing I did lately was I made this little 6-inch speaker box out of an old Squire amp. I got it given to me by a friend. It didn't work, so I fixed the amplifier first, and it obviously sounded bloody dreadful. So I got a 6-inch Alnico speaker, fitted it in there, and modified the box to have a speaker input on the back, and yeah, just run it as a speaker box. It's got a blanket over it, or a towel, or whatever this is, to just take the edge off the high frequencies. I've made a mess of that now. And yeah, that's about it really. Oh, there's an interesting thing there, my Furman power conditioner. I'll show you that. So look, I don't know if you knew this, but the power into your house varies. Up to 10% is acceptable, apparently. And what I found is you can hear it. So I bought one of these. I don't actually have one. This is my sort of recording equipment. So we've got here a preamp, a parametric EQ, a compressor, a mixer, and this mixer is like a comedy mixer. I don't know why I bought this really. It's like some sort of pub mixer really. Karaoke, quiz, spelt kind of interestingly. So yeah, this is what I record into. So I plug my mics into this, and then they go into this. They don't go into this because I haven't really mastered this yet. I'll probably use that more on vocals, I suppose, because as far as guitar goes, I've got a compressor that I use up front. Here's a tip for you. This is a really good tip. So, with your effects system, I'll just turn an amp on. With your effects system, you'll have all these things plugged in, and perhaps you'll have loads of things not plugged in, if you like. You'll have loads of spare capacity on your power setup, and you may even have some plugs plugged in, and on your power distribution setup you'll have some plugs dangling around that don't have anything on them because they're not conveniently situated. Now, what I've found okay, there we go. Okay, so we got signal. So what I found is, if you have these things dangling around and they're not insulated, they cause trouble. See? You can hear them when they ground out against things by mistake, because they're just floating around down here. Trouble. See? You don't want that, do you? Don't want an uncovered part of your power distribution drifting around in your pedal board, potentially grounding out in the middle of your show. So what I found is these little rubber caps can solve the problem. And when you want to change your setup, God, it's so hard to do with one hand. When you want to change your setup, it's easy to get rid of them. Pop them back off again. So what are they? Where did I get them? What are they? Where did they come from? So what they actually are is car brake bleed nipple caps, and they're like available in their millions on eBay. So yeah, super useful little gadget, car brake bleed nipple cap to use to insulate your unused power connectors, and that's just a tie wrap just to keep all that out of the way. I'm constantly changing my effects setup, so I don't want anything that's difficult to get rid of, and yeah, these are reusable, so that's great. While we're on these sort of tips type subjects, where did I see one of these in use? So as you can see on effects pedals, the cables enter and exit in all sorts of different places. I prefer the ones where the cables enter and exit on the back, but I also like the power to enter and exit on the back. So these are good, everything's on the back. This is good, everything's on the back. This is bad, but sort of forgivable I suppose because it's small. At least the power's on the back. But everything should be on the back. This should be in a bigger enclosure and everything should be on the back. This is horrendous, look at that. So why did I expect you to use a straight jack cable and have the connector sticking out to here? What, you know, why is that there? That's right in the way of the input. That one's infuriating. This one's quite annoying as well. I'm sort of on the fence about this pedal actually because it can't go very slow. But yeah, look at that. Power connectors on the side. There's all that space on the back. Put it on the back. If all pedal manufacturers all defaulted to connectors out the back, imagine how tidy our pedal boards could be. I know this isn't a tidy setup anyway because it's not permanent, I'm constantly changing it. So this is the dirty side, although that looper is on the clean side. Also on the clean side is that. So I've got two 10-band EQs, and that's my clean stack, and that's my dirty stack. So yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to show you these. So these are really hard to find. Finding them on Amazon. So they're really useful for situations where you have a straight jack coming in and you just fancy saving a bit of space. So you can turn a straight jack into an angle jack. Pretty simple idea, but not many people seem to have thought of it. And yeah, only found one place you can really obtain these at a sensible price, and that's Amazon. They're like $7.99 a pair. They're probably just made in China bollocks, but they didn't seem lossy or anything, and it's really handy to have them around. This is what does the distribution on the clean side. There's a Morley ABC. They got the old little switcher there. Yeah. So as I say, if you watched this video, let me know what you saw that makes you think, ooh, interested in that, and I'll make a video on it. Oh, I'll also make a little video about how I fixed this. So in my last video this was broken, but it's repaired now, and I'll show you what was wrong with it and how I figured it out and fixed it, and perhaps do a demo of it. Clean stack, all three of them, run them at the same time as me clean. Well, mixed fortunes. So I tried out this solid state head here, and I've actually liked it. So I've actually made that part of my setup, so I'll be playing that for a little while. But when testing the 100-watt solid state combo, disaster struck. I shall show you. So there's the combo box. Empty, amplifiers out of there. Amplifiers over here. So these are the symptoms. So really weak. Strange sounding output. Even though, yeah, you can hear it sort of distorted and farty. So the volume's actually up really high. I haven't diagnosed it too deeply, but what I have found so far is, if I can find it. Yeah. So that's the speaker output. This is a line out. So if I connect that line output, do it with one hand without frying myself. So if I connect that line output to an amplifier, another amplifier, turn it on. I get noisy but pretty strong output. So I think the preamp's okay. I'm suspecting that the power transistors are bad. What's it going to bang on them with? Yeah, don't know. Need to get them out and test them, I think. Yeah, so that sucks. It gives me something to do that I didn't want. Oh well, let's see how we go on. So I took the transistors out of the amplifier, so I had two in there, two different kinds. One marked K134, that's the Hitachi logo, so I recognise that. K134 and J49. So I'm no expert on transistor amplifiers, so I had to hit the interwebs and get some details on how to test stuff. So I did some tests with a multimeter using this, but kind of didn't really help a great deal. What did I find? I found these two YouTube videos by this guy. GK Agrawal, and they were really helpful. So followed the P-channel testing MOSFET. Oh, I better show you how I identified which one was which. So got the data sheets. Oh, I've got so many tabs open because I did so much burrowing around. So yeah, got the data sheet for the K134. Found out it was N channel, and oh yeah, knock off Chinese stuff. Yeah, I got the data sheet for the other one somewhere. God, you don't have to get some page tabs open. Yeah, okay, here we go. So got the data sheet for J49, and that's P channel. So then found a YouTube video on testing N channel MOSFET by my old mate at GK Agrawal, and used that video. Both these. Oh, another way in which I positively identified what these transistors are is I use this little gadget. So connect up the 3 pins, and you can see it's an N-channel MOSFET, and then help me identify which pins were which. Bearing in mind I had to then disconnect all these so I could do multimeter tests, and then I've got such a terrible memory that I've immediately forgotten which one was which, because that disappears from there. So I've immediately forgotten which one was which. So then I made myself a little diagram in Paint. So I don't know if you can see this, but this represents the transistor. So flip it round. And these pins are offset, which helps you keep track of the orientation of the transistor. So you see I represented that the pins are offset. Otherwise, when you've got it this way up, well, which way round is it? So the pins being offset helps you keep track of their polarities. Yeah, so I won't bore you with all the videos. You can watch these videos yourself. So if you find yourself in a position where you've got some suspect transistors, I'll just grab my multimeter. On Mr. Agrawal's video here, this is like one of the first tests that he does on the N-channel MOSFET. So he shorts all the 3 pins, drains all the charge out of the MOSFET, turns it off, and then he shorts across source, so his positive of his multimeter is connected to source, and his negative of his multimeter is connected to drain, represented in red on his diagram, and he gets a voltage drop of 0.55 or 0.56 volts. When we do the same thing, and as I say, I had to keep consulting this to make sure I knew which ones were which, because he's testing on a different package, different form of transistor to me. But anyway, apologies for the beep that's going to happen, because on the diode test on this machine, if there's continuity, it beeps. So yeah, see, our voltage drop is way lower than his, so that's one of the tests that both these transistors failed. So I burrowed around on the internet trying to find some. I found these crappy things. So they were asking like 50 quid for these, and look, they've fuzzled out the Hitachi logo because they're obviously fake. I found them on AliExpress. Tried to find some substitutions. I found lots of people offering them on eBay. Yeah, so plenty of fake ass looking shit on eBay. but I ended up buying some from some German seller. I don't know. They look legit, but we'll see when they get here. So yeah, ending on a bit of a cliffhanger there. So I think these transistors are why that amplifier is acting up, but we won't know until I get my new transistors from Germany. And before I do anything, I'll test them to corroborate the results of these. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye. So what have we here? We have a package from Germany. So it's got transistors in it. I don't know if these are actually genuine Hitachi Japan ones. I think they are. So I didn't buy ones from China, I bought these from Germany. They look like the real, the Chinese ones looked really fake. They were like really shiny. So I'll give them a test before I install them in the amplifier. According to the test procedure you saw, I might show you that, I might not, depending on whether it turns out interesting. Okay, so we're back in the Marshall 100 watt MOSFET combo, and I've decided to go ahead and bung the new MOSFETs into the amplifier, even though I'm not entirely certain, I have to be honest, that the old ones and the new ones are behaving that differently. They are behaving slightly differently, so in the testing. So I'll go ahead and do this. Be back in a minute. So I took the precaution of making these photographs on my phone of which transistors went where and how they were wired, which is just as well, because looking at it now I wouldn't have a clue. So here are the old transistors. Happy to report that having, I'm trying to keep myself showing you this, having replaced the transistors, I've gone through 3 tubes of heat spreading grease. Yeah, no wax. Just plug that into M&A foot switch. Obviously just trying it through like a really small wrong speaker. But yeah, the thing works, so I'll put it back together and report back. Right, so got it all put back together, and got a guitar, and I've got a foot switch from the Enemy brand, but well, I don't know, maybe they're friendly rivals, no idea. But yeah, sounds like it's working. The foot switch can control the reverb on this. That's working. Really nice reverb though. Honestly, it's far too much trouble for overdrive. I'll have to mess around with EQ to try and make that sound better, but it works.